As you can see behind me here, hundreds of people already gathered here at Union Station, carrying signs and wearing yellow bands on their arms. But later this afternoon, as many as 10,000 people will be forming a human chain, not only here at Union Station, but also all along University and Yonge Street. It's all in protest to the bloodshed in war-torn Sri Lanka, which officials are calling a humanitarian crisis. Since independent journalists are not allowed inside the war zone, the only real glimpse into the civil war in Sri Lanka is through this rare footage provided by Sri Lankan television. Humanitarian groups say as many as 250,000 people may be caught in the crossfire in the war between the country's Sinhalese government and Tamil rebels. Protesters here in Toronto say they're not taking sides. They simply want the bloodshed to end.
We just want people to recognize the humanitarian crisis that's going on in Sri Lanka, and we want the international community to actually speak up for this humanitarian crisis, and we want the Sri Lankan government to immediately call upon a ceasefire to stop the war.
My family's been affected. My aunt's there, and I've lived in the war area, and right now it's getting very, very bad, and there's lack of media attention, and there's lack of knowledge on the international community.
Last night, 2,000 people gathered downtown to protest against the violence in Sri Lanka. They say they want the Canadian and U.S. governments to step in. Sri Lanka's president, meanwhile, has pledged safe passage for the thousands of people trapped by fighting. He's also challenged the Tamil Tiger rebels to do the same. The civilians are in a 300 square kilometer area. It's the last holdout of the rebels and the first time Sri Lankan security forces have entered the area in decades. The Red Cross says hundreds of civilians have been killed or wounded in the last week, and the UN accuses both the government and the Tigers of committing grave violations. As for this protest here at Union Station, you can see they continue to gather here. They will be locking arms in what they're calling a human chain, not only here at Union Station, but again all along Yonge Street and along University as well. They will be here until 6 o'clock tonight. Watch for a full wrap on this story on City News at 5 and 6. Live at Union Station, I'm Marianne Demay. Now let's head back to the newsroom.